This is History Myths and Myth-Conceptions. And today's myth-conception is Spartans threw infants off the cliff. The short answer is probably not. The existing evidence actually contradicts this legend about disposing of the ill-born babies by throwing them off some cliff in the Taygetus mountain range. And the legend itself comes from Plutarch and his Life of Lycurgus. Plutarch lived centuries after classical Sparta ceased to exist. During his time, Sparta was a very different place, and he was describing the practices that, in his opinion, existed a long time ago. There are many corpses in the Taygetus mountains, but nobody found huge deposits of infant bones. But this is not really what we are discussing here. We're discussing infanticide in Sparta and in ancient Greece in general. Did they kill ill-born and deformed babies? Without involvement of a cliff through some other methods of killing people? Oh yeah, absolutely. But it wasn't a special feature of the Spartan society, as it is frequently presented right now, because they supposedly were breeding perfect soldiers or something like that. No, pretty much everybody was doing this as well, in Athens or elsewhere. It had nothing to do with perfect soldiers or stuff like that. This is the ancient world, and this is ancient Greece. The child mortality rate is very high. A significant percentage of the children died before reaching adulthood. Accidents, all kinds of diseases, everything. This is not the modern world with reasonably developed healthcare, antibiotics, vaccinations, X-ray, you name it. If you're an, I quote, ill-born and deformed baby, this is not a death sentence. You can easily make it into adulthood. You can make it to old age. And you'll probably be a functioning member of society. Deformed limbs? Don't choose the military career. Choose a career in science or arts or something else. Poor health? Not very good, but the doctors will help you. Some of the diseases that were very serious in antiquity are trivial these days and can be treated with ease. But this is ancient Greece. And there was some cruel logic in disposing of the ill-born babies. They were not into making super soldiers. It was a question of the baby probably won't make it to adulthood anyway. Probably will die in a couple of years, actually. He or she is practically already dead. The parents can spend time raising the child, but chances are they're gonna lose the baby. But it will happen when they will be much more attached to their child emotionally. And yes, ancient Greeks loved their children. Also, they will spend resources, time, money, and everything will turn to dust and leave them devastated emotionally and to some extent financially. So yes, if the parents saw that the physical condition of their child implies that he or she is not gonna make it, they considered an option of exposing the baby. Leave the baby in the forest and, well, you can hope that a she-wolf or a she-bear will find the exposed baby and by some miracle something magical will happen. In the end, no, Spartans probably never threw infants off the cliff. But for practical reasons, they disposed of the children who were destined to die young anyway. Everyone in the Greek world was doing absolutely the same.